Jai.
Jalila Vishnom Vishnupadas Tatera Sata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Bhai Bhakpuri Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jalila Vishnom Vishnupadas Tatera Sata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jalila Vishnom Vishnupadas Tatera Sata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jalila Vishnom Vishnupadas Tatera Sata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jalila Vishnom Vishnupada Paramahansa Varajacharya Astatara Sata Shri Shrimad Param Gurudev Jagat Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Mahabhagavat Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Sapta Goswami Satchidananda Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki
Jai.
Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Shri Gaudiya Vedanta Acharya Srila Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu Ki
Jai.
Shri Rasik Acharya Srila Vishwanath Thakur Di Thakur Ki
Jai.
Srila Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Shri
Jai.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki
Jai.
Shri Rupa Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shat Goswami Prabhu Ki
Jai.
Shri Srup Damodar Rai Ramananda Shigar Parshad Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai.
Prem Sigo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki
Jai.
Shri Navadvipantar Dvip Mayapur Dham Ki
Jai.
Ganga Devi Ki
Jai.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki
Jai.
Bhakti Devi Ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakanda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki
Jai.
Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki
Jai.
Shrimati Devi Ki
Jai.
Shrimati Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki
Jai.
Shrimati Tulasi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki
Jai.
Gopishwara Mahadev Ki
Jai.
Nuvraj Dham Ki
Jai.
Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Devi Sudasan Chakra Purushotam Dham Tota Gopinath Ki
Jai.
Narasingha Bhagavan Ki
Jai.
Bhakta Pravar Prahlad Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Ananta Goti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Jai Gaura Premanande
Hari Hari Bo. So, kartals, those who know how to play should take kartal. And I will take the mridanga. So on this occasion today, we are having an auspicious beginning. Yes. Because there's nothing more auspicious than having Harikatha and Sri Navadvip Dham in the line of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga. So, and I consider it a great blessing that even though I'm hidden away here, that still my god brother and god sister, they come for this Harikatha, and that enthuses me and enlivens me, and I feel blessed by their presence. Sripad Rishabdev Prabhu and Srimati Nischintya Didi. So they just came back from their pilgrimage to the Western countries. And now they're back for their winter stint until it gets too hot. And they go back, plant some veggies and flowers and badger, and then wait until the cold weather comes again, and then escape. So we should start with our Mangala Charana. We can do together. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jataha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Chade Satarane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namane Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirshanamami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padabja Dritaika Hridi Chaitanya Lilam Ritasara Saram Narayanam Tam Satatam Prapadye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Rakshak Sridhariti Namane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupane Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Iti Namane Atimartya Charitraya Swasritanam Chapalane Jiva Dukke Sadartaya Shri Nama Prema Dayane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamane Shri Varshavanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namah Madhurya Ujjvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarane Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharane Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Nugavarayate Goravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Mahabhajanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Trishe Namaha Nityanandam Namastubhyam Premananda Pradayane Kalo Kalmashanashaya Janava Pataye Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Rupa Sarupakam
Bhakta
Taram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Nabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Suruto Pangor Mama Mandam Tergati Matsarvasva Padambojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagad Singhashanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prestalabhi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Vamshivata Tatakstitaha Karshan Venus Vanair Gopir Gopinata Shri Estunaha Bhaktya Vihina Aparadha Lakshay Kshiptascha Kamadi Taranga Madhye Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanna Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Vrindai Tulsi Debai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll sing Gurvashtakam as Prabhupada did. Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karuna gana ganatvam Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karuna gana ganatvam Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karuna gana ganatvam. Bolo. Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya Pratasya kalyana gunarnavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Pratasya kalyana gunarnavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Oh Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Paritramadyan Manasora Sena. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Romanchakampa Srutaranga Bhajo Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Romanchakampa Srutaranga Bhajo Bande Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shringaratana Mandira Marjanado.
Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shringaratana Mandira Marjanado.
Yuktasya Bhaktam Shaniyanjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Chaturvida Sri Bhagavat Prasado Sadana Triptam Hari Bhakta Sangam.
Shri Bhagavad Sadhu Sadana Hari Bhakta Sangha.
Kritaiva Triptim Bhajadha Sadaiva Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Bhajadha Sadaiva Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Shri Radhika Madhava Yorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam. Shri Radhika Madhava Yorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam. Praktikshana Swat Tanalolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Manikunjayono Ratikeli Siddhyai Yayali Bijuktirapekshaniya. Tatra Didaksha Dati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Vallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Sakshad Hari Tena Samasta Shastrai Ruktastata Bhavyata Eva Sadabhi. Sakshad Hari Tena Samasta Shastrai Ruktastata Bhavyata Eva Sadabhi. Kintu Prabhuya Priyaiva Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Priyaiva Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati gutopi Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati gutopi Jayam stubam stasya yashastri sandhyam Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Charanaravinda Vande Guru Sri Charanara Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Guru Deva Jaya Guru Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara. Jaya Nitai, Jaya Go, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Go. Jaya Go. Oh Jaya Nitai, Jaya Go, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Go, Nitai, Jaya Go, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Go. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari Nityananda Pranadana Nadiya Bihari Nityananda Pranadana Nadiya Bihari O Nityananda Pranadana Nadiya Bihari O Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari Gadadhar Pranadana Sankirtan Bihari, Gadadhar Pranadana Sankirtan Bihari, Gadadhar Pranadana Sankirtan Bihari. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadiya Bihari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Bihari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadiya Bihari. Jaya Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari, O Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari, O Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Ram. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Gauranga, Nitai, Nitai, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai, Nitai, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Jai Shri Harinam Samkirtan Ki Jai, Jai Sachinandan Gaura Hari Ki Jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Pancha Tattva Ki Jai, Shri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Harinam Samkirtan in Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. So, our auspicious beginning. First of all, I want to offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Stotarasata, Sri Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. And then I want to offer my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable, beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all of my Siksha Guru Varga. And I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all of my Sri Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga. And I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all the Vaishnavas and to all the Vaishnavis, all here in this room, all throughout the world who are tuning in. My Dandavat Pranams to all, and especially to my dear God brothers and God sister who are here, Srimad Rishabdev Prabhu, Srimad Bopadev Prabhu, and Srimati Nishchintya Devi Dasi, Didi. So, last year we covered some really significant material in terms of reading the essential literatures and essential parts of the literatures. There's like a list. And we went through them week by week, month by month. And the focus really, my personal focus is that I, first of all, want to purify myself. And I want to qualify myself to, in this life, try to go in a one-pointed way toward the attainment of the goal of what our acharyas have all designated as being our ultimate goal, what all the Shastras are telling us, in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the specific line of who? Srila Rupa Goswami, coming down in that disciplic succession. So, the Hare Krishna movement, we are all familiar that the Hare Krishna movement has now been existing throughout the world since 1965, when our spiritual master Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada came to the West. Prior to that, it was thriving and existing here in India, especially 530 some years ago, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally descended here and stayed on our planet for 48 years. And that is the most significant event in the entire day of Brahma. We can compare, we can compare that. Turn off all of your phones. Turn off the sound on your phones so that it doesn't interrupt our class. I have to do it also. Yes. Okay, so in the past 5,000 years, just at the very beginning of the Kali Yuga, who appeared on this planet? Supreme Absolute Truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is none other than the son of Maharaj Nanda, the son of Mother Yashoda, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Krishna Chandra. We're going to have to inform him that he needs to park this motor scooter in another place. Not right here, pulling up like that. Just a little bit over there. Okay. So who came onto this planet? There is nothing as significant in the whole history of the universe, in all the Chatur Yugas, 1,000 Chatur Yugas in Brahma's day, any of his days, throughout his entire lifetime, there's no event as significant as what? The appearance of the Supreme Absolute Truth descending down from Goloka Vrindavan, from the spiritual world, with his entire abode, all of his associates, onto this planet. And it only happened in one part of this planet, right where we are right now. First of all, in Bharatvarsha. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes this in his very first paragraph of his Jaiva Dharma. In all the places of the universe, only Jambudweep is the most auspicious, and like this, like this. And then finally he comes to Sri Navadvip Dham, where Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared. But Gauranga Mahaprabhu, his identity is hidden to many people. Even here in India, they heard his name, but they don't really know his identity. They don't really know the significance of his appearance. That is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gauravani Pracharane. To preach the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the whole world and inform everyone that what? Priti vete ache jata nagaradi gram sarvatra prachara hoibe moranam. That Mahaprabhu himself has predicted. In every single town and village on the surface of this earth, my name will be preached. My message will be preached everywhere. So, how fortunate are the jivas who take birth on this very same planet during this very time period. This time period when what? What is going on? The mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being distributed. Haribol! Prabhuji, park your scooter a little bit over there because we have class now, okay? So park the scooter over there. So, how fortunate This is the thing that has to be understood. The great subhagya, great good fortune, of the jivas, out of the unlimited number, infinite number of tiny little jivatmas who are wandering all throughout the whole universe. But when they come into the human form, after millions and millions of lifetimes in the lower species, now they have an opportunity. And for those jivas who come in the human form in contact with, first of all, Vedic knowledge. This is very rare on the planet. We have to understand time sequences. We have to understand how rare it is. That's why Srila Rupa Goswami wrote his introductory verse to the Lalita Madhava, where he's telling, Anarpita chirim chirat karunayavatirna kalo. Anarpita chirim chirat means it has not been given. For anarpita chirim chirat means very, very long time. Practically it's never been given before by anyone else. And what is that? Samarpayitum Unata Ujjvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. The mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to give this to the jivas. What is that? The highest level of prem. Unnata Ujjvala Rasa Swabhakti Shriyam. And what does that refer to? That refers to the prem of none other than the absolute eternal consort of Krishna. Her Unnata Ujjvala Prem, Swabhakti means his own bhakti, which means her transcendental form, which is made of Mahabhav. So that great treasure, which was never given before, now Samarpayitum, he has come in what? In Kalo, in Kali Yuga. Samarparitum Unnata Ujjvala Rasa Sabhakti Shriyam. The beauty, the Shriyam of that prem of Srimati Radhika is what he came to give to the jivas. He cannot give the prem of Radhika, but he can give the beauty of that prem. And what is the Shriyam of that prem? It is the eternal servitude, the Palyadasi mood of being a servant of Srimati Radhika, a very intimate maid servant. This is a very esoteric subject, is it not? How often are we going to hear that mentioned by a certain groups of Vaishnavas? Very rare that they'll even mention it. Why? Because most devotees who have come into this line, they are yet not mature enough in their understanding, in their application, in their practice of this line, of this system that Mahaprabhu has given. So therefore, there is a necessity of sequences of gradual attainment in qualification, right? Because adhikar and qualification is the most important thing. Who is actually qualified to hear, to discuss? That's a big topic. Many people have different opinions on that topic. We know that our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, was challenged again and again and again. And not only by an institution outside of the Gaudiya Math, even within the Gaudiya Math, he was also challenged. But when it is time, when Krishna sends specific individual who is the personality that is on that highest level of qualification and who has been given this instruction that now he must give this bhakti, this unnata ujjvala rasa swabhakti shriyam. That is what our Siksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, endeavored to do in his last period of his life, by traveling all over the world, and by trying to give some acquaintance with this topic to the senior devotees who had been chanting for many years. But this is always a challenge. It will continue to be a challenge, because those who are not yet attracted to this topic, or they are very much steeped in the mood of the regulative practice of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and their faith, their Shraddha, is according to that. So for such individuals, it will be somewhat restricted. Even Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he also had restriction placed, but he had different categories of disciples. And certain disciples were given access to that because it was their time. So the question of timing is very, very important in our spiritual life. But yet we see that in terms of timing, what is the mood of our greatest acharyas like Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur? What is their mood? Their mood is one of lamentation, that I have wasted my time. I have not worshipped Gaura. Like that song that Prabhupada sang so beautifully, Gaura Pahun Nabajiya Mainu. Prema Ratana Dana Helaye Harainu. Narottam Das Thakur is singing. Prabhupada sang that song from his heart. You can hear it on his recording. Practically he's weeping when he's singing this. Gaur Paho Nabajiya Maino. Oh, Gaur Pahun. Pahun means Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. Nabajiya Mainu. I have not worshipped you. And Prema Ratana Dhana Helaye Harainu. This Ratana Dhana, this means this jewel of such wealth, of this prem that Mahaprabhu came to give. Prema Ratana Dhana Helaye Harainu. I have neglected this, and therefore I have lost this opportunity. This is bhajan. They're showing us how to do bhajan. All those books of songs, they are so invaluable. Otherwise, why did our Srila Prabhupada begin singing those songs from day one and recording them even before he had a following? Because that is an essential part of the mission of Mahaprabhu. It is not only to introduce the Sambandha Tattva, like Krishna is mainly giving in Bhagavad Gita, and the beginning stages of bhakti, which is in the spontaneous mood. You know, the four nutshell verses of Bhagavad Gita, those are very important to understand the depth of what Krishna is telling. But what Krishna is telling to Arjuna there is that those who know me as the supreme source of everything. What is that? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo means I am the source of everything. Sarvasya. Aham, I am the source. Sarvasya prabhava. I am that source from which everything has come. Matak sarvam pravartate. From me everything emanates. Matak sarvam pravartate. Iti matva. Those who know this truth about me, those who have realized and accepted this truth about me, Buddha, they are very intelligent, they have transcendental intelligence. Buddha, bhava samanvita. Bhava samanvita means overwhelmed with bhav. They worship me full of bhav because they know who I am. And then Krishna, he then begins to tell about the nature of such devotees. Mat chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parasparam. What do my devotees feel towards me? How do they behave towards me? My real bhav bhaktas. Mat chitta mad gata prana. Mat chitta means they are always absorbed in me 24 hours. Mad gata prana. Their very pran, their very life force is completely dedicated to me. Bodhayantak parasparam. They have association with other such personality Vaishnavas. And what do? They enlighten each other. They discuss these topics. Bodhayanta means to give enlightenment. So though Bodhayanta parasparam, parasparam means mutually. One to the other, one to the other. Bodhayanta parasparam. Kathayantascha mam nityam. Nityam means always, always. Kathayantas. They are speaking about me to one another. Kathayantas chamam nityam. They're speaking about me always. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. And from this, they derive so much satisfaction. Tushyanti. And what? Ramanti. Translated, the word is ramanti, bliss. Satisfaction and bliss. But this ramanti also is referring to what? The mood of the eternal associates who are in the highest level. Those who have gopi prem, gopi bhav. This ramanti, that mood of madhurya rasa. And then comes the verse that I always remember. Bopadev's brother Mahabudhi, he always used to remind about how Prabhupada personally told him on a morning walk. You memorize this verse and you think of it every day. Every day you recite this verse. What is that verse? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Satata yuktanam means those who are dedicated to me 24 hours every day. Tesham, to those persons. Tesham means to those types of devotees. Tesham satata yuktanam, who are always engaged 24 hours a day. Bhajatam priti purvakam. They're overwhelmed with loving affection. That's their mood. Bhajatam, they're worshipping me with loving affection. Priti purvakam. So then Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Because his brother's name is Mahabuddhi. So Prabhupada told him, here's the buddhi that I want you to understand and to receive. Because Krishna says, I will give him Dadami buddhi yogam tam, To that person I will give Buddhi Yoga. And what will that Buddhi Yoga? That means the highest level of pure bhakti, Buddhi Yoga. Dadami Buddhi Yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. By which my devotee can come to me. He can come to me. Yena mam upayanti. Now the word upayanti has some also deeper levels of meaning than only he can come to me. And this was discovered by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. And he told this story that he was writing his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. And this particular statement by Krishna, he reflected very deeply upon what is the meaning here. This word upayanti. So the word upayanti, the official meaning of it is can come to me, upayanti, he can come to me. But here, Srila Sridhar Maharaj was deeply meditating upon this. And then he considered that the mood of upayanti is actually the mood of what? Madhurya rasa. In what mood? In the parakya bhav mood. Parakya means having another husband, right? But actually Krishna is your beloved, and the husband is just on the sidelines. So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj shared this understanding with our Srila Prabhupada. I forget the word that he said, like upayanti refers to upapati, yes, upapati. And upapati means what? Paramour. It means paramour. So here in a hidden way, Krishna is now revealing in these 4 nutshell verses that yena mam upayanti te, that devotee will come to me in this mood of parakya bhav, parakya rasa. And then the 4th verse becomes a quandary. How to understand then? You remember that discussion? That for the 4th shloka, Tesham evam nukam partam aham agyana jam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. So there's such a beautiful meaning when we first read these verses and learned these verses and everything. And here, Krishna is now completing the 4th of these 4 verses. And he's saying, Tesham eva anukampartam, out of my anukampa, out of my mercy for those devotees. Aham agyana jam tamaha. I destroy, nashayami. I destroy the ignorance, agyana, and the darkness, jam tamaha. Nashayami, I destroy atma bhava sto, because I'm situated in their heart, and jnana deepena bhashvata, with the lamp, deepa, jnana deepe, the lamp of the light, the torchlight of knowledge. I destroy the darkness and the ignorance within their heart. Nashayami, I destroy. Nashayami atma bhavasto, situated in their heart, I destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. That's how Prabhupada translated that verse. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he was trying to comprehend how Krishna can be saying this to the person whom he has already given, well, the highest knowledge, the highest enlightenment, but he has given parakiya ras to that person. So how can there be ajnana and darkness in their heart? Nashayami, Krishna says, I destroy that. Atma bhavasto, situated in their heart. I am there in their heart. And I destroy that. With what? Jnana dipena bhashvata. The knowledge, the lamp of knowledge. But then that would be contradictory. Because there is no darkness and ignorance and all of that remaining. So then how did he gradually settle that question? Do you remember?
Making practical arrangements how to maneuver in this world and come to Krishna even though there might be obstacles. There might be obstacles. That's the darkness in this material world, but he will allow guidance to him.
Do you remember, Popadev?
Separation mode?
Yes. What is being referred to there is the extreme separation of the gopis, of Srimati Radhika from Krishna. The separation mood is that darkness, that ignorance. It is not actual ignorance and darkness. It is the mood of separation. And aham eva anukamparta, out of my compassion for them, with the lamp of knowledge. What is that lamp of knowledge? I am here. He becomes present to them in their extreme separation mood, then he manifests directly to them. This is the actual meaning that is hidden. Because in Braj, all statements have multiple levels. What is being spoken is only understood superficially, but then there is another indication, and even underneath that, then there's another indication. Just like Gurudev has very carefully explained this in terms of the Gopi Geet, the verses spoken by the gopis, and how they speaking one thing, but actually they're meaning another thing. You see? This is the beauty. This is the beauty of the great gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this world. No one knows about this. Only those who are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, they have been admitted to some degree in this. But what is our actual goal? Our actual goal is to serve those personalities who are immersed in that deep separation mood. That is our eternal position and service, is to serve the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika in the association. Nikunja yuno rati keli siddhyaya. It is none other than that, which is directly stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Directly stated by him. Nikunja yuno rati keli siddhyaya. For the perfection, for the rati keli of, in the Nikunja of who? Radha and Krishna. Yuna. Yuno means the couple, the divine couple. Nikunja yuno rati keli siddhyaya. For the perfection of their pastimes, yayali bi juktir apekshaniya. Who is there? The alibi. Alibi means all the gopis and the different types of gopis. They are all there serving Radha and Krishna in the Nikunj and making all kinds of arrangements. Tatra didakshat. So Sri Guru, in his eternal spiritual transcendental swarup form of a beautiful maidservant gopi, Sri Guru is there. And he is what? Ati dakshat. He's very expert. She is very expert. in assisting the gopis for making all of these arrangements. Tatra ati dakshat and ati ballabhasya. Ballabhasya means so beloved, so intensely beloved. That is the position of Sri Guru in his transcendental spiritual form. So the real mission of Mahaprabhu is not to give the beginning levels of regulated bhakti, which is given in the other sampradayas, the sadhana bhakti, vaidhi bhakti, and so forth. But it is to give the intimate service of Radha and Krishna in Braj. Even in the other sampradayas, they barely even know. They barely even know about this realm of transcendental knowledge. You can go to Amazon, is there. So they don't know. No one has revealed. Not until Mahaprabhu came. And that is why so many songs by our acharyas are stating that fact. So many songs by our acharyas are stating this fact, that what Gauranga Mahaprabhu came to give, no one has ever given before. Yadi Gauranga nahito, tabe ke hoito, kemone dharito de. So Narahari Thakur has written this song. Yadi Gauranga nahito. If Gauranga Mahaprabhu had not come, then how would we go on living? Srila Sridhar Maharaj liked this song a lot. He used to quote that in his Katha. If Gauranga had not come, nahito, yadi Gauranga nahito, tabe ki hoito, what would we have done? Kemone dharito de, how would we have gone on maintaining our life if Gauranga Mahaprabhu had not come? What did Gauranga Mahaprabhu give that was so rare, so invaluable? Radhara Mahima Prema Rasa Sima. The end limit of Prem Ras. Shrimati Radhika. Her Mahima, her glories. Jagate Janatoke. Who in this whole universe, in the whole Jagat, who would have understood this essential truth of Radhar Mahima Prema Rasa Sima? Who would have understood the mood of the Braja Gopis? The mood of their sweetness of Vrindavan, of their service. So that song, and many other songs, they are referring to the fact that this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, which is the speciality. And there is no one else. There is no other sampradaya. And even in the Madhvacharya sampradaya, which is accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted initiation in that sampradaya. But even that sampradaya has difficulty in the last 600-700 years in comprehending who is this offshoot sampradaya. This is from this Chaitanya. You know? So, the good fortune of the jivas who embrace this pathway, and they have such good fortune to actually come into connection in their life with a pure Gaur Bhakta, a pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and to hear from him. This is the phenomena that has taken place on our planet by the dissemination of the message starting in 1965 but really starting a few decades before that, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada gave the instruction to our Srila Prabhupada. Twice. When he first met him, in the final month of his being on the planet, and our Srila Prabhupada fully embraced that instruction. And it's impossible to do that. So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he pointed out about our Srila Prabhupada because he knew him so very well over so many years, and they had so many deep and intimate discussions and talks, and he would come to stay with our Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta in his house in his final years of his household life, over a period of 10 years, coming and going. From here, Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, and going and staying there, doing some preaching, coming back, over a period of 10, 11 years. And Srila Prabhupada, when he introduced Srila Sridhar Maharaj for the first time, there in Mayapur, it might have been 73, when like a first group of devotees started to go there for the Gaur Purnima time. Even the Chandrodaya Mandir was not completed, but it was a smaller number. And to the Western devotees, now this effulgent personality came there and was greeted by their spiritual master, by Srila Prabhupada, and given a seat right next to him on the Vyasasana. So I love that recording. It's recorded and it's transcribed, and the little conversation that they had and how Srila Prabhupada introduced him. How he introduced him to his disciples. You know, and in that introduction, he pointed out that by age and by experience, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj is superior to me. And I have always taken his instruction very seriously. We had, over many years, many discussions. And Krishna liked him to prepare me. It's a very significant sentence. Krishna liked him to prepare me. Did he say that about anybody else? He made some statements about Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj and other. But in this case, over a period of years, he received so much intimate discussions and siksha. Just like what I was mentioning about that verse, the verse from the Bhagavad Gita, Upayanti te. When Srila Sridhar Maharaj shared that with our Prabhupada, what did he say? He said, yes, it must be. It cannot but be. Our Srila Prabhupada told. It cannot but be. It has to be. This has to be the real purport of these shlokas. So such kind of discussions they had over many years. And Prabhupada said Krishna liked him to prepare me, to prepare him for that mission. For that mission. What kind of personality can do that? To prepare him for going for the first time to the Western world and establishing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement for the first time in the Western history, in this day of Brahma, you know. So these personalities are very important, significant personalities because they all played a role in that. And then the very intimate bosom friend of our Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, was requested by him to help his disciples in his final days there in Vrindavan. At his bedside, he requested him. We have the recording of one of those. There was two conversations, but one of them we have the recording. So, Srila Narayan Maharaj, Prabhupada understood who he is. And he understood what role he will have to play. of coming to the entire world, traveling the entire world, and visiting all the Vaishnavas who had gradually been born and are growing up stage by stage, and now they need to hear. They need to hear what is the essential understanding of the mission of Mahaprabhu. What is revealed in all of the commentaries of our acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in their Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami. What did they say that the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is? This is the postgraduate study. This is the essential knowledge which, if a devotee is fortunate enough, and they now have some adhikar coming. Srila Gurudev took the pulse, you know. He took the pulse. And he understood, yes, now I am seeing that some of these Western devotees, they are developing some appetite. He used the word appetite, like hunger. That they want these things, they need. When that comes, you must hear. You must hear these truths. Up until that time, it is not as crucial. But at that time, Srila Gurudev said, if you don't hear these truths at that time, it is a critical stage that you can slide backwards, because still some anarthas are there. So Gurudev came to give this. And he's the only one who came to the Western countries and preached and attracted dozens and dozens of Srila Prabhupada's disciples. No one else could accomplish. There were a few other very noteworthy and exalted personalities who came and preached. And they had a small number. But to attract dozens, I don't know what the actual number is, but it may be a couple of hundred even, Prabhupada disciples. And then the next category, those who came just after Prabhupada. They're very, very senior. But only this personality, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, had that phenomena. He made that happen. Krishna made it happen. So what his mission is actually the most essential thing for any devotees who are now coming to a point in their spiritual life where they are feeling that I need something deeper. They don't quite know what it is, but really what it is the message of Srila Rupa Goswami. It's the message of our acharyas. That requires some qualification for hearing that. So when Srila Gurudev, Srila Narayan Maharaj came to the Western countries, Krishna sent to him so many who were ready to hear. And then even amongst that crowd, then so many new ones also came. And they got some dosage. some degree of dosage they got in their childhood, some of them. And then also in their adulthood, some of them they got. So the books that this personality completely dedicated his whole life energy to translating these books, that was the order from his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. All those essential books, they needed to be translated into Hindi language. And he was the one. He was the one. And he had learned Bengali. He didn't know Bengali before, but he learned Bengali. And then he began to translate each and every one of the books that had been already given in the Bengali language, in the Gaudiya Math, and in the line of Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj and all that. And then they began to be translated into English. And these books are so invaluable. There's a few dozen of these books, and they need to be read. They need to be deeply embraced by a very large cross-section of Vaishnavas who are living in this world today. That is a very great need. So Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj came to give this entrance into Braja Bhakti, into Rag Marg Bhakti, the spontaneous pathway of pure devotion. That is the only type of practice of bhakti that will enable the jivas to be able to enter into Goloka Vrindavan. Vaidhi sadhana bhakti cannot they can enable you to come to Vaikuntha. But there must be Rag Marg Bhakti. Only Rag Marg Bhakti. We didn't know that before. But it's there in Prabhupada's books. And it's there in his Nectar of Devotion. It's there in his teachings of Lord Chaitanya. It's there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very clearly. But the books of Srila Narayan Maharaj, like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, they're giving the actual complete breakdown and analysis. How to read those books. Why to read those books. What will you gain by reading those books? You will gain entrance. So, if someone comes to this pathway of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Harinam Sankirtan movement, they are extremely fortunate. Even on a beginning level, they're very fortunate. Now they have access to Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and all these essential literatures, and now they can gradually develop their regulated practices in their life and become purified more and more and more. But they have to come to the point of what? Greed. That one tiny little word in the English language, greed. But in the Sanskrit language, there are different words for it. Lolyam, transcendental greed, transcendental attachment and attraction. That has to come. How is it going to come? If someone is never hearing, why did Prabhupada give the Krishna book? Why did he give the Nectar of Devotion, teachings of Lord Chaitanya? Why did Prabhupada give that in the very beginning? Because that is to set the stage for all of his disciples as they are boiling the milk, that they will gradually become more and more and more qualified to have this attraction, to have this desire coming into their heart, which is called lolyam. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati, kriyatam apikutopi labhyate, tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam. It is the only currency if you want to purchase. If you want to have this Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati, which means what? Vraj bhakti, relishing and tasting and hearing all the nectaring pastimes, all the names, forms, qualities, pastimes, tannama rupa charitadi sukirtananu. If this is what we want to have, then we will have to focus there. We will have to focus there. And that focus, if we are fortunate, then planting in our heart these perfected Vaishnavas who are Bhav Bhaktas in the path of Rag Marg Bhakti. These perfected Vaishnavas, they will implant in our heart the sprout of what? Greed, lolyam. They will implant in our heart. So I'm telling all this because this is what I feel in my heart as being the most essential practice that I personally need to hone in on. And I'm quite astonished that as I look through what Srila Gurudev, the body of transcendental literature that he's left, is quite vast. And it leads to an even more vast body of transcendental literature by all of our acharyas. It's opening the doorway for us. And especially Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur and his Jaiva Dharma and so forth. So this is really for those devotees who are now cultivating this mood, and they're so fortunate that now they feel this need, this necessity to hear and to chant about Krishna. Name, form, qualities, pastimes, entourage, Dhamma, everything. Where? In Braj, in hidden Braj, Navadvip, Tishtan Braje, and being under the guidance, Tad Anuragi Jananugami, being under the Anugatya of the eternal associates, and those who are following the eternal associates, meaning who? The Anugami Jan are the 6 Goswamis in this world, and all of their disciplic succession. They are the Rupanugas, and they are the Anugami Jan, who are Anugas. So, the Anuragi Jan, they are Krishna's eternal associates, right? They're Ragatmik. They have Rag for Krishna, eternal attachment and love for Krishna. Anuragi Jan. And Anugami Jan are those who came into this world, the Gaur Bhaktas, who are showing the pathway by their own life example. How we follow this pathway that Mahaprabhu has given. They're the Anugami Jan, the Anugas. Without their association, impossible to enter into this pathway. It's impossible. Without those who have the acquaintance, those who have within their heart an overflowing of these moods, we have to hear from them. So, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do with the books that Gurudev has given to us. Manasiksha, Raghunath Das Goswami. And last year, we read so many sections of different books. So I want to continue that in this class that we are having over here on the western side of the Ganga, and also sometimes on the eastern side of the Ganga, in Mayapur. So there are other books that I also want to go in that direction during these coming months. There's a small list of essential books that I have some strong desire that I want to share them in the class. I want to read them. When I read them on my own, that is one mood. But when I also show, oh, did you see what was written by Rupa Goswami? What did he express? All these kind of things I want to examine, first of all, I want to examine and study them for myself. But then I also want to share them with those who have the same mood of desire and interest for them. So that's what I feel is this class that I'm giving here. I don't really feel that I'm giving it. I feel that it's actually Gurudev's. It's his class. I'm showing what Gurudev is telling, you see. And that this can be recorded, also broadcast live to any devotees, like that. So there's plenty of material to keep me going for more years than I'm going to be in this body. So, but for now, this is what I feel needs to be done. So, what do you think about all that?
What are the names of some of those books that...
Yes. I'll show you. All right, so there's one incredible gem of Rupa Goswami's. It's called Utkalika Ballari. Have you ever looked at that book? Utkalika Ballari. Small, short. That book is 71 verses, written by Rupa Goswami. And Gurudev chose this book to reveal what are the moods of Rupa Goswami. You know, like, for example, when I was in Badger, we were reading Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilap Kushumanjali. This is kind of like Rupa Goswami's Vilap Kushumanjali. And Gurudev is telling, it is the matter of great happiness to present to the faithful readers this edition of Utkalika Vallari, written by the crown jewel of pure Rasik devotees, Srila Rupa Goswami, who is the eternal associate of Sri Sachinandan Gaurhari. And then he says that Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, one of the 6 Goswamis, has written in the beginning of his Sri Stavamala, he has written, Sri Madhishvara Rupena Rasamrita Krita Kritastava Malano Jivena Jivena Samagrita. So this means, this is Jiva Goswami in the beginning of his collection of poetry, Stavamala, that my worshipable Srila Rupa Goswami wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and also many poetic tributes. And then Gurudev lists some of them here. Sri Chaitanya Dev, Sri Premanadu Sagara Samgyaka, Sri Krishner Astotara Shatanam, Sri Kunja Bihari Ashtaka, Sri Radhika Stava, Chatu Pushpanjali, etc. So Raghunath Das Goswami is pointing out that these many poetic tributes written by Rupa Goswami and also Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he says all of these unparalleled prayers, they are meant to be the ornaments of the devotees who should wear them as a garland around their necks. With this aim, I, his disciple Jiva, collected all his lyrical poems which had been in disarray, and wove them into a proper sequence in the form of Stavamala. So Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu, Gurudev is telling, being Sri Gaur Hari's topmost associate, he was saturated with his mercy. So as the Acharya of the transcendental Rasa Shastras, he wrote invaluable literatures, including the most exceptional Sri Stavamala, which means a garland of prayers. And this was actually compiled later by Srila Jiva Goswami. So Utkalika Vallari, this book, is a poetic entreaty for the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. A poetic entreaty for the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad's sweet devotion to Unnata Ujjvala Madhurya Mayi Bhakti, the brilliantly shining amorous mellow, is a honeybee whose delightful humming, here at its finest, it has fully blossomed in this prayer. Utkalika means very intense eagerness, mixed with extreme restlessness, Utkalika. And Valari means creeper. So hence, Utkalika Valari means a vine of intense longings. So every verse in this composition is complete in itself. And at the same time, there is a development in the presentation of the emotions. So thus, the reader and the listener will continue to drink of it once, twice, and more, never getting enough, living for the next drop until finally they become completely liberated from material miseries and greed arises to become the Kinkari, the maidservant of Sri Sri Radha Raman. So Srila Rupa Goswami sinks beneath the waves of wondrous visions and revelations in the ocean of effulgent, sweet devotion. Then he floats back up to the surface where, bitterly sobbing, he laments and loses consciousness time and again. After experiencing such visions, Srila Rupa Goswami expresses his longing to obtain the merciful sidelong glance of the charming divine couple in his prayers to Braj Bhumi, his prayers to Braj Bhumi, his prayers to the Vraja associates, his prayers to Sri Sri Radha Krishna's beloved Sakhis. So in these prayers he cries out piteously, yearning for entrance into the ever-fresh, sublimely transcendental and variegated amorous playful pastimes enacted between Leela Purushottam Sri Krishna and Vrishabhanu Nandini Sri Radha. This poem is the fruit of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu's pain-filled separation. In it, he dives into the depths of mellows in the divine couple's love to retrieve and to distribute the unprecedented pearls of his realizations, ripe with heart-wrenching lamentation. I mean, see how Gurudev is writing. This is Gurudev's introduction to this, you know. Where else are we going to hear this? And when are we going to hear it? In which lifetime? You know, now is the time. This is just one book. Then another one is Ujjvala Nilamani is very essential. But before we try to delve into the very extensive, very deep Ujjvala Nilamani, we have to read the synopsis of it by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And that is called Ujjvala Nilamani Kiran. Kiran means a ray. So I was reading that the other day and I was like, yeah, this is what I need to read. It's so nice and so brief. But the whole Ujjvala Nilamani is summarized there, the different topics. That's one little book by Gurudev. And then there is Sankalpa Kalpa Druma. Have you seen that book? This is by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Gurudev presented this in English. All of his visits to Hawaii, all of his writing retreats, what was he writing? He's writing these books. So I feel it's now my time to read them. Because I haven't read them and tried to go deep into them yet. So that's why I want to do that now. You know? So in this book, the Ashtakaliya Leela pastimes of Radha and Krishna are summarized in just a few verses, each one of the different pastimes, like Madhyan Leela, the midday pastimes, verses 44 through 70. So in this book, there's 104 verses. And it's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's Sankalpa Kalpa Druma. He's comparing, Gurudev in his preface, he is saying, today I am most joyful to be able to present this Hindi edition of Sri Sankalpa Kalpa Druma to the faithful reader. And this scripture is composed by the crown jewel among Sri Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, the greatly learned scholar Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So just as Srila Jiva Goswami Sri Sankalpa Kalpadruma is like a table of contents of his pastimes described in his Sri Gopal Champu. So the Gopal Champu is a whole nother literature. Gurudev didn't give that, but we have that. That is one of the great masterpieces of Jiva Goswami. And this Sankalpa Kalpadruma of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is like a table of contents for those pastimes that are described in the Gopal Champu. So he said that this book by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is like an index of his Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita. And the Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita, you know, there's two very voluminous books of all of Krishna's Ashtakali Leela. One is written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's called Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita. These two books, Gurudev would always mention their titles. And the other one is what? Sri Govinda Lilamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So like that, this book, Sankalpa Kalpadruma, Gurudev has mercifully given that to the world. And last year, you remember, we went through Rag Vartma Chandrika. And that was very important. And then, Prem Samput. You probably read that one because many of the paintings of Shamarani Didi are showing that.
Well, with 71 and 104 verses, that's going to take, we only have 3 classes a week. It's going to take a few months of reading.
Yeah, but this, Manasiksha, which I haven't mentioned yet, but this is what I am planning to do, it has only 12 verses, 11 and then a 12th one as the fruits, you know. Like the Upadeshamrita, Manasiksha. Oh, so much important, inspirational, in the purports of Bhakti Vinod Thakur we have for this book. And so that I want to also try to embed deeply into my heart. And then there's the Chamatkar Chandrika, which is also telling some of the pastimes. This is also written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Chamatkar Chandrika, and is telling how Krishna had to disguise himself as a demigoddess, right? And came and began to sing to Srimati Radhika, like those pastimes. We could spend, the next 5 years going through the Brihad Bhagavatamritam of Sanatana Goswami. I also want to touch upon some of the literatures that Gurudev gave way back, and they were translated into, like Bhakti Rasayan, to remind ourselves, what is the focus? What is Gurudev actually coming to teach? So like that, those are a few of the titles. So what do you think? Is that a good idea to spend our time trying to dive a little bit deeper? I think so. So, what do you want to do first?
Well, you said Manakshiksha. You said you want to go through the entire book.
Yeah.
Okay.
And learn the verses. But I want to read the introduction in our first class, the introduction that Gurudev gave.
And there's 2 other books you mentioned, and
Okay.
And that's my vote. First.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just showing that here's the menu and what we'll be able to actually accomplish, we will see.
Now for the next week,
Yeah.
Gita Jayanti's on Wednesday.
Okay, so we already started talking about this, but we should make some decision about the dates. And then there's also the possibility of, I talked with Bopadev a little bit more, because he lives right next door to Bhaktivedanta Kunj, and so we'll discuss, but I think once a week I can come over there, and then maybe more devotees are able to come. But, last year I was just set on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, those 3 days. But we always varied any of those days with another day next to it, which was important. So in this case, the Gita Jayanti day is on Wednesday, not Tuesday or Thursday, it's on Wednesday. And the next class will be on Sunday. So Sunday, and usually we do the following Tuesday. But I think it will be better to do Wednesday and have the Gita Jayanti on that day, on the 11th Wednesday. And, we could look into because we need to start talking with Sukanta. Because Bopadev said that he thinks, he had some talk with Sukanta, and he was talking about how he's going to be adding to the front side of the building. He's going to actually construct more rooms there. So there's not going to be that little entryway, which goes up to that little road. But he's going to, and that's probably going to be going on the whole year, right? That's what you said?
I think the entryway will stay, but the other side where the stairs are going all the way.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Come out to the wall.
Okay.
That hits the road. He wants to put in a library.
Okay.
Maybe some other rooms. But the entrance and the temple room, they'll stay. And they'll still be open. There's people staying there right now. Devotees staying there right now.
Sukanta Prabhu told Jai Govinda and I that for very important dates, the disappearance days of Srila Gurudev and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which I think are the 18th and 24th, if I remember what he said.
Of December?
December.
Or yeah, okay.
He said that he's going to have the entire kunj ready and no working, and it will be, he even wants to advertise.
Oh, okay.
Because he prints out flyers, the students, ISKCON. So those 2 days, he said, are definitely set aside to be big festival days.
Right, so the December 19th is on Madhukar's calendar for the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the 88th disappearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And then you said on the 24th, which is in his calendar, it's the disappearance day of Gurudev and the appearance day of Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Yeah, so those are 2 major days.
So he'll have to, Madhukar should talk to him.
Yeah, we have to decide whether 18th or 19th to do that. And then, let's see. Oh, then Ekadasi is a couple of days after that. Yeah, there's a different disappearance and appearance days of various disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Yeah, so, but those are the 2 big ones. And so I guess we can plan on that, of having these programs observed there, huh? At Bhaktivedanta Kunj. If he's already told you.
Oh, he said for sure that those 2 days he's going to make a big
festival. Okay. So So that will be, yeah, so Gita Jayanti is on the 11th, according to this calendar, and it's also, Mokshada Ekadasi on that day, on Wednesday the 11th. So either we can do it here or I can come there. But if we talk to Sukanta about that.
And we talked to Jai Govinda and Kishore and Chandra.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let's see, and Damodar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're in touch with them all too. And I'll talk to them all and see what they want to do for Gita Jayanti. It's a work day for Kishore and Jai Shri.
Jai Shri.
But we'll see. I don't know, maybe it's not a work day. Maybe they have a day off. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that kind of covers. But so today is Friday, and then the next class is on the 8th, Sunday, and then the next class after that will be on the Gita Jayanti day, Wednesday. And then following up on that, we can choose if we want to again do Friday and Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday is the full moon day, and it's the end of the Katyayani Vrat. So Sunday is Purnima. So we, if we're going to have the Gita Jayanti on Wednesday, then we can do Friday and Sunday. And then the next week is, on the Thursday of that week is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Disappearance Day. But on the, the Sunday. So we can have like a Tuesday class on the 17th, and then on the 19th we can observe there at Bhaktivedanta Kunj. And then again we have the Sunday class on the 22nd. And then we have the Tuesday class on the 24th is the big day. So we'll have that over there. And so then on that week, we can again do the Thursday class and the Sunday class. Nothing obstructing that. Then the next Tuesday class, Lochan Das Thakur. So there's... And then going into, that's New Year's Eve, 31st. Tuesday is New Year's Eve. I don't know if anybody...
We're spending the night.
So, but then after that, then starting in January on the 2nd, which is the Thursday, then Jiva Goswami Disappearance Day, Jagadish Pandit Disappearance Day. Then the Sunday is open again. Then we can again do the Tuesday on the 7th and the Thursday on the 9th. And then the 10th is the Ekadasi day. And then we can again do the Sunday class. So like this, mostly the Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday works out. Only a couple places. But then, Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole calendar, but...
So the next day is Sunday here.
Yeah. Next day is Sunday, the day after tomorrow. And then then the next day after that is on the Wednesday for Gita Jayanti. So how does that sound? Okay? Yeah, so we can just finalize that with Sukanta and with the other devotees, like you say. And we can see if that will facilitate better. And especially you said Sukanta even wants to advertise. Yeah. Have you seen him? Have you met him since you arrived? Okay. You directly spoke with him. Okay.
I gave Jai Govinda a tour of the Bhaktivedanta Kunj. He hadn't been there.
Oh. Is he living like right nearby, all of you?
Yeah, Jai Govinda lives in the same building as Chandrash and Kishore.
He's on the top floor and the elevator works now, too.
Oh, in that building.
Yeah. So you don't have to walk
Okay.
upstairs.
They're going to be here for a couple of months or something, I heard. Nice.
All the way till springtime.
They're hoping to be able
Yeah.
to
Jai. I'll hear all the news of the new Braj Basis who are now trying to get a break in Navadvip Dham. We can hear about that. All right, so we'll end the class now. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Jiu Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Vrindai Tulsi Debai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glory to the assembled devotees.